Another one, Pockets here, back again with another EVE Online video. This is future Pockets, post or present Pockets, post-production Pockets, whatever you want to say. I'm trying something a little new with this video, and I want your guys' feedback. I've decided, after discussing it with a few people, that it would be very beneficial if I added timestamps to certain content within my videos, because they can get a little long, and if someone's in there looking for some very specific information, it might be easier to have them pre-laid out. So, in the description of this video, look for the timestamps for the fitting of this particular ship. So I'm going to put one for that, and I'm going to put a timestamp in for the actual site running. That way, if you want to go back in for information, you can skip all the me just chatting and discussing my thoughts. So let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll probably do a few of these going forward and see how it goes. Hello, and Pockets here, back again playing some more EVE Online. I know I said I thought I wouldn't do another video before the hunt was over, but I got a lot of comments, and I just wanted to try something different. I mean, the Corax worked great. I know I didn't fly it on my alpha. I could probably fly it on Cursed. It would probably do just fine. However, as of tomorrow, all those fits are going to have to be looked at again because the resistances are likely to change. So I don't know how evergreen those are going to be. So I thought I would try something. Now, full disclosure, I have not tested this fit. I went and got an egg, so I do have one key. And in my usual fashion, I am going to test it live, win or lose, success or failure with you guys here today, so you're going to see. And that's kind of my process. And I do that. I get asked a lot why I do that. A lot of it is because part of EVE is taking those risks, trying something, and seeing what works. And you got to get used to that. You may lose the ship. That's okay. You tried something, and it's awesome. And so I just want to showcase that, and this is how I do it. Now, other thing that comes up a lot is that I get asked why I don't pre-test things on CC, make sure they work, and then do the video. And that's threefold. I mean, one of the things is I don't have a lot of time. I don't like going to CC to test things. I go there to look at new changes, and if there's something coming, and I might try it. You know, I did like a couple sites on CC when the Abyss was coming, when they were available very briefly. I took advantage of that just to try them mostly. But for my day-to-day testing, I get a lot, especially in my Anomic Agent series, because I'm flying expensive ships and I'm losing like 500 mil Nurgles because I'm messing up. And yeah, it'd be totally cheaper for me to buy that on CC, learn the thing. But for me, the fun of the game is learning it. Once I've mastered it, I kind of put it aside and I don't want to do it anymore. So, and that's just my thing. Like, I may grind some to get some ISK when I need to, but once I understand the Anomic Agents, I'm going to probably move on to something else. Same with these hunt sites. I have my Retribution when I just want to, and now my Corax, actually I've been flying a lot lately, we can talk about that, but I fly my Retribution when I just want to grind them away and I'm just sitting here. It's easy mode. But what's fun for me, building crap like this and seeing if it works. And doing it live, there's that risk. Yes, this one's only like 15 million ISK, but there's the risk that I'm going to lose it, and that's fun for me. And I lose that if I go to CC. I lose that feeling. It's why I probably should be in like low sec or null sec. I just don't really have the time to do it the way I would appreciate low sec or null sec. And I enjoy making this content for newer players. So that's what we're going to do. Rambling aside, let's move on to what I'm doing here today. So this is on Curse, this is on my Alpha. Now again, just like in the Alpha Punisher fit, he's got really good skills. He's got Mimitar just to 4, whatever the maximum is for Alpha. He's got projectile weapons and the support skills as high as alphas can get him. I've had this alpha since he was the first alpha I made back when alphas came out. That first series running alphas up to level 4, back when they could do level 4 missions. This is him. But the point is, can an alpha do it? Let's find out. I use him because he can fly everything I need him to fly. Fit like this, you can probably get into on a day 1 alpha using the buddy code. You can use mine in the description down below, or you can use one of your friends, or even if you have multiple accounts, use your own. Definitely use the buddy code when you start a new character. You get 1 million SP. Okay, and at million SP can go a long way. Let's see if I can find an example. And we're going to get the rambling done, and then we're going to move on to the fit. Let's look at ships. Let's see what I don't have trained all the way up yet. So I have 679,000, 680,000 almost SP. Here, Kaldari Destroyed. To get it to 3, I want to apply it, is only, oops, that's not what I wanted. I did the wrong click. Close that. It's lagging a little bit, okay. Apply skill points right here. 74,500 SP. So that million SP can get you into a destroyer or a frigate, T2 guns and tank, like that. So that may be another thing. I know this event is over very soon. And it was something I wanted to do. I just really haven't found the time, and I've been enjoying flying Cursed again. I don't get to fly Cursed all that much, and I do like them. So, but yeah, definitely if you're going to start a new alpha, you can get into doing this kind of thing day one with 1,000,000 SP. Now, I do recommend a new player go through all the tutorial and the career agents at least one set of career agents. You can see that if you want to see. I have an alpha series where I'm starting to do that. I'm still kind of grinding through the career agents. We are going to get back to that. I've just been enjoying this event, and it's time sensitive because it's gone at the end of the week. As of tomorrow's patch, at the time of this recording, they are up the new... Now, for some reason, I can't remember what it's called. The new patch is coming out where they're adjusting the resists for some of the modules. That's why I'm a little bit worried that my other fits are going to become less worky. Yeah, that's what we're going to use. But this fit won't suffer from that, I don't think. So let's take a look. This is silly, and it probably won't work, but we're going to try it. So I've been asked to look at doing something kitey. So that's what we're going to do. It's not really kitey, but I'll show you in a minute. I hope this works. So here's the fit. This is a silly little thing, or a little silly thing. That's supposed to be the other way. I just didn't name it right. Hang on. Change name. It's supposed to be a silly little thing. And I typed it wrong when I typed the name yesterday. So let's put this in right. A silly little thing. Here you can see it's a Thrasher. Thrasher is projectile guns, autocannons. Shoots lots of guns. It's got 7 autocannons. Oh, so nice. Sorry, I'm excited. I hope this works. This is what I like to do. This is what I live for, honestly. Trying stupid This is something I would take into low sec and lose it just because, right? So let's see here. So the guns. 200mm autocannon 2s. Now technically you can fly the scoped, I think it is, which is the meta one. Let's just take a look. For those that can't fly T2 guns, you can fly the meta ones. Rigs, go to turrets. I know how this works. 200mm scout. This one right here is your meta 4. So if you can't fly the T2, it costs a little bit more than the T2, but this is the one you're going to want to fly. Mostly because we are going to use faction ammo for the sights. I do use, as you can see, barrage ammo for the extra range when hunting pods, and we will get to that. I'm actually going to go into this mode. But for the actual sight, I'm probably going to mostly use Republic EM, because for the most part, that first wave seems to just be weak to EM, and I'm just going to stick with it just for ease. I may come across this one and it'll be strong against EM, and we may fail, but I just did that for the simplicity of it. See, I have my 1 key, my barrage ammo if we need the extra range. But autocannons are great. They have really good fall off. So you can see here with everything on, we are shooting out to 15 kilometers. But look at the fall off range. Okay, so our optimal range is 2,400. Fall off is another 13 kilometers, 13,000 meters, right? 113 meters, 1,300 meters, not 13,000, 1,300 meters. No, 13,000 meters. Yeah, I was right. Whew. Got through it. 13 kilometers-ish. So that means, yeah, at 15 we're doing some damage, but we can shoot out to almost like 27 kilometers and still hit relatively well. So keep that in mind with fall. That's the advantage of the projectiles. They have a really short optimal. They have a really huge fall off, so they don't lose as much damage going out to different ranges. So we should be able to hit the jammers out past 15 kilometers relatively easy because they're soft targets, as long as we can track them. But Bob's your uncle that shoots them. Okay, cool. So we have 7 of those. We're doing 167 DPS with ranged ammo. Now, like as I said, we're going to probably use this. 210 DPS, 600 almost for the volley. That's 200 more than my frigate, almost 300 more deep damage than my frigate, something like that. Cool. Again, out to 9,000 kilometers, but that's 8-ish thousand meters. Did I say 9,000 kilometers? 9,000 meters? 9 kilometers. That's 8,000 meters fall off. So we can actually shoot out to 16, 17 relatively okay. Out past that, we're going to have trouble, so we'll see when we have to switch to barrage. Small cap battery 2, trying to keep the cost down. Tracking computer 2 with an optimal range script. Now, the optimal range we're not getting a lot. 15% optimal range bonus. Our optimal range is so small that that bonus is only like 50 to 100, 200, something like that. It's like 200. We can see what it actually is, right? Like optimal range is 1,200 meters, and if we turn this off, it's 1,000. So we're getting just under 200 meters optimal range, but we're getting a 35% or 30% bonus to fall off. So we're going from 72 all the way up to that 92, right? We're getting 2,000 meters of fall off, and that's pretty huge when you consider that that adds on to the second step of the fall off as well. Long story short, that's the way you want to go. The other option is if everything's staying enclosed, you want to switch to tracking. So you're hitting harder, but I want that extra range. I'm not even going to bring a tracking computer. I know most things fly in under, this, but we have pretty good tracking. 529 radians per second, I believe tracking is measured in. So we have pretty good tracking. So we shouldn't have too much trouble hitting things, even fast little things. And then the most interesting piece, because we need to go fast, because we're not going to be, as you can see, there's no shield tank in here. We have a 10 meganewton compact afterburner to keep that speed up. Even under heavy webs, we should be able to travel at an okay speed, but once we get the webs gone, we're just going to be winging it. Hopefully things are going to miss us, okay? Like, this is micro warp drive level speeds with an afterburner, so the advantage with the micro warp drive is we're not increasing our signature radius, but we're going faster, so we're making it harder for them to hit us. And it's also going to, since a lot of the first room is missiles, it seems, those missiles are going to have a harder time hitting us because we're keeping the same signature radius and we're going faster. Okay, so if they're shooting missiles, it's going to do less damage because we're not blooming our signature to kind of counter some of the speed bonus that we're getting. So 10 meganewton afterburner, oversized afterburner. Damage control 2, it's the only thing I can think of that it increases our hull resistances. There's the key, hull. 40% hull resist, so we're 60% across the board, homogenized, all of it. So we're only taking 40% of the incoming damage, which are hit points, but it's making our EHP slightly higher. I'm hoping it's enough between the speed. Now, we may have to prioritize webbers over neuters. Now, a lot of the time the neuters are also webbing us, so we're going to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But we're probably going to want to prioritize webbers over probably anything else, so we can get our speed up, because we have really good tracking. And then a bulkhead, which gives us more EHP, and 3 transverse bulkhead 2 rigs. And these are pretty cheap. They're like 2 million a piece or something in Dodixie, which means they're probably even cheaper in Jeddah, or Jeddah, whatever you want to say it. So we're getting almost 10,000. We're getting 8,800 with my skills with this setup. Now, is it going to work? Probably not, but I want to try it. Outside of the Dragoon, the Algos, and apparently the Corax, which work great, I was having a real hard time finding a destroyer outside of those 3 what would normally be considered the ones to fly in this situation. One that works. So I wanted to try a Thrasher or the Talos, Cormorant, Catalyst, something different. And none of those really appealed to me, but I think with the projectiles, with the tracking and the fall off, helping mitigate some of that range issue that I was seeing with things like blasters, rockets. So I wanted to get the DPS up. I think this is the one. This is what I came up with, so we're going to try it. So I'm going to find a site and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. It looks like we have a site. We're hoping this one isn't camped. We're going to go in and we're going to try this thing. Fingers crossed that this works. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited to try this. I have a couple other ideas as well for one more video. I might as well do it while we have the event, right? So this may or may not be my last attempt here on camera, but I wanted to try something just off the wall and different. I could not, I don't know. I'm going to ask. I have a couple friends that are really good at fitting. I might see if I can get one of them around, help fit something up that's alpha friendly in the destroyer arena, something that we can fly. But okay, let's just check D-scan. There's nothing that should be running this site, so we are clean. Over here I would have seen, within range, there would have been a player ship. There was something in the site. So here we go. Now, one thing I did notice in playing around, it takes a long time for this thing to get up to speed with this afterburner deal. So we're going to want to be somewhat careful, but let's just get moving. And we're going to start with this guy here, because he's webbing and looting us. So he has to go. Now, we're not worried about shields. We're not worried about armor. We're going to see how long it takes him to get us into structure. And then we're going to start picking off DPS, because there's no more. We're going to orbit this at 5,000. That should give us a nice big circle. Hopefully it won't hit anything. We'll see how this goes. Again, this is testing. Why am I not shooting this guy? Please shoot. Let our damage. There we go. Chewing through it. I very much doubt this is going to work. We should actually take this guy out so we can warp away if we need to. So we don't needlessly lose a ship. We are still not getting up to speed even with the bigger orbit. There we go. We're starting to climb now. It's going to take us a hot minute. Can I shoot this guy, please? In case I need to make a hasty retreat. Now, this is our tank. It's a little questionable. I'm going to take this guy out. But we're going to play it. I mean, if the second wave webs me down and kills me, that's fine. This is exactly what I'm intending. I want to see how it performs and then see if maybe there's some tweaking. It'd be nice if there was... Well, I understand why there isn't. We could look at getting some like expensive Abyssal rolled DC2s, damage control unit 2s, to get extra resistances in the halls, but this is not looking... We are up to speed now, though. They're still hitting us, though. That's the problem. And that's because they are smaller, same as what we are trying to do, right? But you can see, even out to 14 kilometers, we're doing okay. Let's actually reload to the barrage and see how we're doing. Oh, we were on barrage? No. No, I didn't think we were on barrage. Okay, that's hitting a little harder, so that's good. Now he's getting in closer again, though. But that might be the way to go, is barrage ammo. Because of how... Now we're going fast. But yeah, you can see we're chewing through, and we have no reps. So this is probably not going to work. But I'm going to go right to the wall anyway. Unfortunately, we don't really get a chance to... recharge anything. I'm going to stay on barrage for a hot minute. So our shields will come up, but that's not really going to help us, and we're not. There's no way for us to recharge this without warping away, repairing, and coming back. And I don't want to have to do that. So this may be a failed experiment. We'll see what we get here. Oh, those worms have to go because they're going to be hard on us. Wait for them to warp in. This guy. Now they're not webbing us, so we can just go for neuters. They're in close. We're going to switch to EM. Because everything's in nice and close. And it's just going to let us chew through them a little faster, I think. The reload time's not terrible, but again, we're almost already at 50%. We could have tried loading some resist in the armor field just to make it a little longer, but this is not going to work. We could try something like this with slightly more low slots, but there's lots of webs now too, but you can still see we're not doing too bad on the speed. I mean, we're getting slowed way down. And that was what I was afraid of. Can we please shoot? This is why a kiting idea is just not going to work. You look at all these webs. And even with like the overpowered, we're now down. They're shooting through us. There's not a whole lot we can do. Let's try to get rid of the webbers or the scrammers in case we need to make an escape. Can we shoot? Can we shoot? Yeah. Can we shoot this guy next? This doesn't really matter. They're all, yeah, here we go, into the low end of our structure. If we can peel these guys off fast enough, I'll warp out. So we don't lose the hull. But... You know, that was expected. Can we shoot, please? See, we're doing pretty quick here, but it's just not going to be enough. We'll pop out and repair and come back. Just to see. That Corax might chew through us here, so we're going to warp off as soon as this guy... Can I shoot? I don't know why it's doing that. I only hit it once, I know.
Warp drive active.
Okay, off. We're aligning. As that turns off, we should be at 75% and warp off. Okay. So it was close. We do have to do a warp off. We're going to dock up and repair it. Try again. Can I warp, please? I don't know why that took so long, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely not friendly. But again, this is why a kiting is just not going to work. You need to tank it. Because I'm oversized propped. And yeah, it takes me a little while to speed up to my speed. But a micro warp drive is just going to have us taking more damage, and they're going to shut it off with the warp scramblers anyways.
Docking request accepted.
So realistically, I don't think a kiting fit is going to work. This is about as kitey as I'd get. We could go longer range, but it doesn't matter because they have... So the problem with the rats in these guys, it's not really a problem, it's why kiting doesn't work. Because they have perfect pings. So if you pull enough distance that you're actually kiting and you're shooting out at any distant range that they can't really hit, they can just burst out and warp right on top of you again, catch you, and keep shooting. And they can just do that over and over again. And I've seen it. I've tried pulling away and they've gone up to like super ridiculous speeds to get to me, right? So it's, you can kite insofar as trying to reduce the damage, but realistically, if you pull any kind of range, they're just going to warp right on top of you again anyways. I can show you that when we go back in. I will just pull straight away from them and see what happens, and I will show you. So there we go. We're all repaired. We can try this again. So, I mean, if you can't fly the Corax and you can't fly the Punisher, those are two very different ships. And you could do something similar in, like, let's be honest, I could have fit a Dragoon. Dragoon can fit a pretty decent tank and it uses drones for damage, so we could have done something with a Dragoon. That probably would have worked.
Warp drive active.
We could have done something with an Algos. But the question was non-armor. They said shields, but non-armor. This you can fit. If you can't fit this, you need to train some skills. Because the hull skills are important. DCU2s are important. Fitting T2 DCUs is an important ability, depending on what you're trying to do. It gives you extra resistances in all three areas, and it doesn't have stacking penalties with the existing resist mods. So if you have an adaptive invuln and a DCU, you don't get a stacking penalty, is my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyways, so this is my attempt at something different, something that's not armor. In this case, just based on the ships available, the Corax, the Dragoon is probably okay, and the Algos I would say would be just fine. Okay, so watch, I'll see if I can do this. Where is he? Let's do this. Okay, he's that way, so we're going to turn around. We're going to fly this way. He's way out. Now watch. Watch what he does. So he's way out there. We can't shoot that far, but that's okay. We're going to switch to barrage. We're going full kite. Now see how fast he's going? So he's coming in to close the distance, right? He's doing 1500 now. He's going to start damaging us here in a second, but he's closing in on us. We're going to get up to speed at some point. So we might actually be able to kill him at this point. But if there was multiple, by the time we've killed him... Okay, we're starting to pull away now. So I'm going to stop shooting. So he is hitting us, but I'm going to stop shooting and see what he does. So we're at about our max, 1200. He's doing 14, so he's closing again. So even if we just keep flying straight away, he's still hitting us. Now, this was one guy. Now we're out, so I'll show you what happens here. Worst case, I'll bounce. I just wanted to show you. It's not active, right? No. Okay, so we're kiting straight away. Now we're going to just orbit this guy at our current. Let's just do it. I'm going to wait for the spawn, and I'll show you what they do. Hopefully we can get up to some semblance of speed. I mean, we're going to be pretty okay. It does take a little while to accelerate because Afterburner increases your mass, which reduces your agility, so it takes you longer. Okay, here we go. They're warping into the site. Now watch. They should warp to me. There you go, 3,400. They're just going to come barreling in. There's no way we can hit that speed. Right? That's what I'm trying to get at. And then once they get on us, these frigates get on us, they're going to web us. We actually need to switch to EM. We need to be doing max damage because they're right in on us. And now we're webbed and scrammed, so we're actually going to slow down and everything's going to catch up to us. So I don't think kiting is going to be an option because they can travel so fast. I mean, any fit that can travel 3,400 meters per second is not going to have much in the way of damage and tank, even if we can keep away, right? Like even this Caracal's coming in at 1,400, he's going to close range now that we're webbed down so hard that we're only doing 500. We're going to get rid of all the webs. We did buy a little bit of time for us to shoot, but because you warp in at 0, it's going to be pretty hard to get away, and that first wave will chew you apart. So I mean, there is something here, but you're not going to be able to keep away from them long because they just accelerate so hard and they just do so much top speed. Let's bring this over so you can... And once they're in range, 300, and now we're going to speed up. They just speed up to match, right? So they fly in, they catch up, they slow down, and that's just how it's going to be. We're going to switch this to Barrage because he's kind of longer range, but he's close enough that he's shooting us now, so he's happy back there, right? He's happy back there shooting his little missiles. Again, EM is his hole. He's doing 100% EM damage, which doesn't really matter because we're uniform. We're going to shoot him with EM, and you can see we're going to do some damage, not a lot, but we're going to be better off just closing in at this point. But yeah, so I don't think kiting is the way to go. I would classify this a fail even if we do clear the site because I had to warp away, and I don't want to have to warp away. But if you do focus down the scrams and the webs and have to warp off and come back, this is something you can do. But I'd much rather fly the Corax, to be completely honest. What I should do is give that Corax to Curse and see if you can fly the Corax on the Alphas. So, yeah, this is definitely not a happy place for us to be. Let's switch now because we're on them. So we're just going to stick to EM until we have to. This reloading time is affecting us. We're tanking this a little better because we did get rid of most of the DPS before we had to engage this guy, but I'm just going to keep on him because we're better off just applying DPS. We're better off in a brawling situation. Now, doing this with a shield booster may work. Fitting a shield booster in an oversized afterburner is not likely going to fit. We can try that at some point, but it's just not going to work. I just don't feel it. I'm not feeling it, and this fit is not making me happy. So I am going to put it back on the drawing board now. You guys have some ideas. I will gladly, I just want to be moving so we can be up to speed when... Yeah, we're just going to stay on the EM because they're going to jump in on us so close anyways. We will stay out here. It's going to take us a hot minute. We might just do a bounce back to the gate because it's going to take us, well, 70 seconds. It'll take us a minute to get back to the gate at full speed. Here we go. So we'll see what they do. They're out to 70 kilometers. They're going to turn in on us, and you can just watch their velocity here. I'm actually going to pull this. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to do it in the fitting. Okay. There we go. 24. Now, they're going to be actually happier out at these ranges than I am because they're missiles and drones. Well, they're missiles in this case. So you can see he's already able to hit me, and I can't shoot him. So, yeah, no, this kiting thing, unless you can shoot out to a happy, 40 kilometers, but even then, they just catch up to you, web you down, and then web and scram, so it doesn't matter, right? Both the worm and the character are able to scram us out from a pretty good distance, so... get this caracal because the cormorant's out far. We're back into hull now, but it's going to be okay. We should be able to take these down quick. Yeah, not happy with the fit. It's a failed experiment. We're going to try to get through it, but we're going to take this guy out because he is scramming us, so if we do have to leave, we can. He may not be the highest. The cormorant... No, the caracal's definitely doing more damage as well. So he's the best one to get off the field quick. But yeah, not happy with the fit. So back to the drawing board for an alternate to the Corax. Corax works surprisingly well, and I think, as has been said, it's the extra slots. It's got like an extra mid slot, so you can fit an okay tank on it. It doesn't have the low slots to really up the DPS, which is, I think, why for the most part in PvE it's not as good. But we can, oh, we weren't even moving. Let's just chase him down. We want to be as low and just want to be doing as much damage to him as we can. We want to get in as close to this optimal range as we can get. Because that's where we're going to take him down the quickest. We should, realistically, if we bounce, be able to take the last guy. I'd want to hit him with full tank. Because he does do a lot of damage, but we're going to be doing a lot of damage. Can I shoot? I don't know why I'm not shooting. What's going on? There must be some sort of input lag, and there we go. Okay, so let's bounce and repair one last time. Yeah, see, failed fix. I had to bounce twice, and this is just opening up the door for this jackdaw. Guaranteed could pop into the site and go grab our kill on us while we're repairing. So we definitely don't want to be doing that. Doesn't look like he did it, which is nice. But he very well could now just land, activate the gate, go kill the boss while we're out repairing. So we'll have to keep an eye for that. Why? Oh yeah, because I have this on. I had the afterburner on, which made it take a long ass time for us to accelerate. So that's another thing with this fit. So yeah, definitely a failed fit, but I wanted to show you guys my process. This is what I do when I'm trying fits. There's probably room for improvement. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of HISC on it, and really there's not a lot of slots. It's not like I can fit more, oops, that's not what I wanted. More resist for the hull, and adding resist to the armor may not be the way to go, because once they're through it, it does us nothing, right? Plus, we don't really have the slots for it. It's a destroyer. It's not made for doing this. If we could up to a command destroyer, then we're talking, because they get the extra slots. But again, then that defeats the purpose. It's not alpha friendly, and it's not cheap. This was about half-ish, maybe a little more than half what the Corax cost me, but let's repair up, because I'm wasting time talking. Did it work? Yeah, okay. Get out there as quick as we can in case someone decides I can't descan while I'm in the structure. Duh. No, that's good. Us. So setting a bookmark
Active.
inside the room wouldn't have mattered at this point, because if we try to warp the bookmark, it'd put us at the gate. That's how Dead Space works. So even if I bookmark the gate, I can't warp right. The second gate, the inner gate that we just unlocked, you can't warp right to it. Now, there's probably going to be a spawn. We're probably going to have to haul ass to make sure we're getting to the gate as quick as we can and not taking as much damage, because there is that last spawn usually. It's not here, so that's good. Oh, we're right on. Oh yeah, no, this is the first gate. That's why there's no spawn. I'm just going to jump this. Don't turn this on because we want to align as quick as we can. We do not turn this on this stage. We're going to probably turn it on to get to the gate as quick as we can once we're aligned to it, because we want our agility. Well, it doesn't really matter once we're aligned, because the ship turning doesn't actually matter, so we can just turn it on. Usually I like to wait till we're aligned. We'll do this. We're actually pretty aligned to it already, so go ahead and turn it on. I'm actually going to put it up here so I can turn it on and off with the hotkeys easier. We're just going to activate this gate with our one key. Don't spam it. Well, it doesn't matter. We only have one key, so spamming it won't matter. Don't spam it if you don't have your keys in a can, like I showed in the last video.
Warp drive active.
There we go. Let's turn this off. It won't matter now. I turned it off too late. If I had turned it off before, we would be aligned. But all right, here we go. I'm just going to go straight at him, and we may not even need the afterburner. Well, we'll see. We might be able to close the distance as it is. Hold control, double click. So what I did there is I held control and clicked on him. When it started locking, I let go of control and double click, so I went straight at him. And we want to close the distance. We want to do as much damage as we can, as quick as we can. So we just want to be right on him as quick as we can. We pop that off now. How fast is he going? Why is it? Oh yeah, because I didn't change it. I really care about this right now. 300, yeah. So he is a little faster than us. But yeah, like no problem there. Tears him apart. So getting through that first wave, that's where you need your tank, really. But with any luck, we'll get something that'll pay for this, and I can fit up another something. I have a couple guys. I'm going to ask some questions. I'm going to come up with something. I might crowdsource a fit. Wow, because that afterburner's on. I don't have the agility to actually loot the wreck. Can I please do this? We'll just loot all? Oh. What? I am. I went just outside. Okay. Nothing of great value here. 6 million. This we can use to up our DPS, which is good. But yeah, nothing of great value here. So really, I haven't got a whole lot of good value out of these sites currently. But there we have it. I'm going to call that a fail because I had to warp out and back twice. And I don't know if there's a lot we could tweak to really make it better. My suggestion would probably... Oops, just punched the mic. Forgo the kiting altogether. Drop the afterburner, maybe. And go for... I don't know what I'd put here instead of it. Maybe a smaller afterburner. Which then means we may be able to... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe armor tanking it would be the way to go, and replace this mod with like an armor resist and do armor resist and buffer up here. Passive armor tanking it, maybe, so we can get our resists up a little higher. That might be something to look at. I've got a couple guys I'm going to tap. We'll see what we can come up with, and we will try this again in some fashion. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked watching it and liked seeing the process, even though I don't classify it as success. We did get through it. We didn't die, so that's... I do see a lot of Thrasher and Talwar wrecks when I'm going around, so the fact that we didn't die is of benefit to me and is a slight upside. We did get close in that first wave, but that was just me pushing a little further than I needed to. But we're going to leave it there. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. If you want to have longer form discussion, there's 2 places you can find me. If you want to talk to just me, I have my PDK Discord. Link to my website shows up there, pocketsdk.org. There's a link to my Discord where you want to talk to me and just a few people more about the YouTube in general, so we can talk about other games I play there as well. If you want to talk to Malro or consider joining Malro, great group of guys. We have some very knowledgeable people that are willing to help new bros or help vets that are moving into new content. Mostly high sec, we do, but our knowledge does expand way outside high sec. I mean, my focus is in high sec right now to help new players, but we have guys that are knowledgeable on low sec, null sec wormholes as well. Definitely a good place to talk to people or consider joining up and just hanging out. There's almost always, like, there's 64 people on right now, plus about 20 chatting on voice in various channels, so it's actually a pretty awesome place. That's the second place you can reach out to me, but you can also reach out to people that know a lot more than I do. So, hope to see you guys there. I always like talking about EVE. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. And my wife just rolls her eyes and listens when I talk about it, so it's good to have a dialogue once in a while as well. But that's going to be it for this video. Take care, and always see you next time.